with the advent of AI, everybody knows about AI. It's called artificial intelligence. If you haven't heard about it, you might want to look it up if you haven't. Um, you can find infinite gigs. You can find every event in America that's exactly aligned to what you do, like in seconds. Now it's gone from I can't find any gigs to there's so many I don't know which ones to apply for. And more importantly, when you're thinking about uh, all of these events and sending out these customized emails, it's easy for us to send out 25,000 emails a day, right? We can all do that. How many of these emails are actually getting into the boxes of the people we need to reach? And if we're all doing that, how many emails are they getting every day? Which another thing you mentioned was the phone call, which again, nobody does. Now,
Very few, very
and what
few.
very few, the successful ones do for sure. And guess who, on the ASSC who's sticking out? The ones that are actually picking up the phone.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I've learned about this, and this is another evolution now that we can find infinite gigs. Here's a little revelation. Nobody picks up the phone anymore. If you don't recognize, I don't pick up. If I don't recognize a phone number, I don't pick it up. I'm sure it's the same with you, Ed. Same with everybody. So I've been telling everybody to do a 5-5-5-5 method for the last 6 months, right? Every day you find five prospects, super easy to find the five prospects. Send them, each of those prospects gets an article, an email, and a voicemail. Now, if you do the 5-5-5-5-5, that is 25 a week. Now, anybody who has consistently done 25 a week in the ASSC or anybody else I've told,
Mhm.
one person a week answers the phone. That is a 96% chance of getting a voicemail. So if you're submitting an article, then you're emailing with exactly the email that Ed just described, and then you're following it up with a voicemail saying, "Hey, I submitted an article and I just sent you an email." If they've got 300 emails in their inbox, guess which one's going to get seen next? Well, I just picked up the voicemail. Let's look up Ed. Let's see what this email is. And they open up the email and it's everything Ed said. How do I understand your industry? This is how I can help them. And this is why I'm the perfect guy to deliver the content. Like
Absolutely.
that is the process, guys. And if
Well,
you want to be an Uber driver, you could be an Uber driver. But
there's another
really,
process you can add one more element to that if you like. One of the things that I've been doing quite a lot lately is I will send an email to somebody, and then I will, and I've been doing a lot of these to people I'm connected to first degree on LinkedIn, and then I will send them a LinkedIn note, just a sentence or two. Hey, I'm sending you an email about X. Would you please open it and take a look? And then I get a bit of notes back. Yeah, I'll be happy to. Well, something that just that just helped push my email at least to the top of the pile, at least to maybe be opened and looked at. So I think that in addition to using the phone, I think that some people can and some people can't. But if you've got quite a number of LinkedIn connections, and also let's get back to let me back up just a little bit. If you're putting a lot of focus in one or two or three industries, and you're focusing on connecting with people in those one or two or three industries. And once you've connected with a few people, then when somebody looks at, do I want to connect with you? Well, oh, look there, you're connected with four people that I'm connected with that are in my industry. So there's a better chance they'll connect. Um, and and if you're connected with somebody and you send them a quick note, not a sales letter,
oh,
God, don't do
uh,
that. When I connect with somebody and somebody sends me immediately a sales letter, then I go in and disconnect. But it's a
same here, same here.
or I'll sometimes send them a letter first. Hey, why don't you buy me a cup of coffee before you try to take me to bed, and then I'll disconnect. But but if you're using LinkedIn as LinkedIn is intended for relationship building via relationship bank deposits, then it works. And if you connect with somebody that's in a targeted industry and they connect with you and you respond back, hey, thanks so much for the connection, appreciate it, best to you. Leave it at that. Then come back a week or two later and do something. But just again, I'm connected to probably 10,000 association people. So I got a lot to choose from. And especially with direct line, with first line, you can do that. And if you're not first line, a lot of people remember if you pay that $59 for LinkedIn Premium, you get a whole ton of InMails. Now, the InMails every month, you use them or lose them. So that's another option. But I think that, Aidan, to your point, there's lots of ways to attack this beast of a decision maker to get mind share. And maybe there is no one absolute right way. There's a bunch of good ways.
There's a million different ways to do it. I think the trick is consistency. And I think with speakers, the ones that we know, the ones we work with, consistency is the differentiator between those who are successful and those who aren't. And the reason that I said the five,